How's everybody doing? Y'all let me know how my sound is out there. Okay, I sound good. Okay, all right. Thank y'all. Let me get my social media stuff sent out right quick. Let everybody know I'm here, and then we just gonna chop it up. All my day one YouTube people know what time it is. We just gonna chop it up on a few topics like we used to. I had realized it's been about a year since we done this, and I was like, dang, we got to start doing this again. And I got the Zoom popping now, so maybe we can get some phone calls in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that tonight, but we'll see. But I'm going to start doing this more often. One second. Let me. It's a one man show over here, so bear with me. All right, one second. All right, so where we gonna start at? We're gonna start in social media. Uh, let's see. I tried to do something earlier. It didn't work. Let me delete that one. Delete these couple ones right here. Let's see what's been going on social media. I was trying to go live last night, but it didn't work out. I had some technical difficulties. Uh, y'all want to start with 50? Y'all want to start? Y'all want to start talking about 50? All right, let's see. Let's see here. So I'm just gonna go through my social media right quick. Some of the things that's been going on. All right, so we got 50 Cent tweeted out with Texas recently opening up that I'm headed to Texas, and so me being me, I said waiting on Chelsea the handler to remind 50 Cent that he's black and COVID is still very dangerous. So she had to get him in line last time, so it wouldn't be nothing new for it to happen again. Let's see. Let me holler at some of the people in here. Let me scroll up. Richie Luxury, what's up? Is that Kill Llama 42? What's up? Fernando, what's up? Zeke, what's up? Mister, y'all killing my eyes. Mister, hold on. Let me zoom in a little bit. I think that's Mr. Mendo. I'm just call you Mr. Mendo. Janae, what's up? Chaz, what's up? I think that's Black, Juice, Stephanie B, Rodney Morgan, Divine Matrix, Robert Morgan, D. Taylor, Kendrick W, Fernando. I think I spoke to you already. Juice, Ned Levon. I think that is Scamp Diesel, Ivan Soto, Bob Klein. I'm losing track now, but yeah. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Uh, if y'all don't remember, if y'all new to the YouTube channel, this is how we got started. It was just us and a YouTube, and we would just go through certain news stories that popped up. I did Jay-Z. I did we talked about Meghan Markle, which we probably gonna have to talk about her again. Um, I will ask you this: for me to see you, let me type at Moe Factz so I can see your questions. If not, I'll think you're talking to each other. So let's see how many people we got in here so far. Let's see. 44 watching. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. We might even go through some questions on the previous episodes in the comments. And I don't know. I just wanted to connect with y'all right quick. Let's see. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to post this Zoom link in the channel and see if we can probably get some people to call in. Yeah, Derek, I'm using the mic. Is my sound not good? Y'all let me know. Let me try something right quick. So I posted a Zoom in there, and I'm gonna see if we can get some people to call in or see if it'll work. I'm just I'm testing this out for something bigger that's coming. So I just want to make sure I can get the Zoom working right. I used to use OBS, so I think I pinned that to the top. Let's see if we get some people to call in a little later, and then we'll chop it up with y'all. And so back to the 50 situation. So I just made a little jokey joke, about 50, because she had to get him in line last time. Yeah, Hard Rock, this is me. He said this you, yeah. Hopefully it's me. He says it's a bit crackly. Yeah. Maybe I need to turn the mic down. Let me turn the mic down a little bit. Y'all let me know if the volume went down too low. I don't have my right hand man here, the sound extraordinaire, Adam Curry here. So I'm rolling Dolo tonight. Okay, so get latency. See, y'all let me know. I cranked down the mic a little bit. I might have cranked up a little bit. No, I'm not using my internal microphone. I'm using the same mic I record with. All right, so let's go down. Let's keep going down. Let's see what else. What's going on in Twitter land? Oh, this one, the $15. So, Ayanna Presley, $15 an hour. She said $15 is the floor, y'all. I know y'all not about to call our essential workers heroes and then turn around and nickel and dime them. It's crazy because, like I said, I never heard of negotiation tactics where you start with the floor, and these are supposed leaders. If these are our supposed leaders, keep them away from our reparation negotiations. If they come in negotiating from the floor, yeah, I know it sounds a little bit crackly. I'm probably won't even save this. For real, but I just wanted to touch base with y'all, and like I said, I'm gonna start doing this more often. I know it takes me about 10 days to do the podcast, to do all the investigation and everything. So I want to make sure I touch base with y'all more often. let's see. So Trevor says that there shouldn't be no minimum wage except what you accept. Yeah, well, I'm on the fence with the minimum wage because we see how people are being done with the gig work and all of that. So it's a necessary evil, but at the same time, I think we got to look at it as like part-time jobs or full-time jobs as well, because I think we cut a lot of kids out of jobs by having especially absorbent minimum wage like $15 an hour. This is really only going to push for automation. So I mean, it's the long game. This is the Hegelian dialectic, where problem, reaction, solution. They're gonna come in with the $15 an hour, then they're gonna say it's too much to pay them $15 an hour, and then they're gonna bring in the automation, and they're gonna say it's the worker's fault. And I saw this a long way off. If y'all want to talk for a little while, I saw this a long way off with cabbies and how Uber did the cabbies, because on being in the city, you used to have a medallion on a cab, and for that, these things used to be up to $1 million in New York City to have a cabbie's medallion. And when they brought the Uber in, it destabilized the whole market, and these people's cab medallions plummeted in value. And basically, that's what they're doing all over. So what Uber's going to do, they know 2025, 2030, automated cars is going to be a realization. So what they did was they brought Uber in with the gig drivers, so it doesn't seem like automation is putting cabbies out of business. It looks like it's competition, human competition against human competition. And they know the long game is that the drivers, which is one of their huge costs, is going to be put out of, taken out of the equation when they have self-driving cars. So I mean, basically, is that what they're doing? They're just basically pushing people in to ask for their own replacement. All right, so Andrea Jack said my sound is kind of low. I'm gonna try to come back up on the volume a little bit. Y'all, let me know if it's still crackling. I got some people saying the sound low. Some people say the sound is good. So yeah, I just see this as a long game. But my thing is just the negotiation tactics, where you come in asking at your floor. If you people know where your floor is, you have nowhere to negotiate from there. You start high, and then you work your way low. I mean, if they were negotiating the wall, they'd be like, Mexico gonna build a wall, and we might pay for it. Or I mean, that sounds crazy. I don't understand what's going on here. Yeah, I know it's still crackling. I don't know what that is. Dang on it. Y'all bear with me tonight. I'm gonna have to look into that. All right, next got Mr. Jay Z. So we have his tweet here. Culture Central tweeted out, it's powerful how Jay Z unapologetically changes the narrative of what unprofessional hair is in the corporate world. And so this is when he started growing out the sideshow Bob look. But little did they do any investigation or any any follow up to say it was a well-known story that Jay-Z and the NFL plans to give money to a group who cut dreadlocks, profess all lives matter. It was a white lady that was actually, they had a picture of her cutting a young black man's dreads that went along with the story. So it was crazy. I mean, that they went for this. And it just shows you how much little research these supposed, journalism companies, or whatever you want to call it, put into it. It was cut and dry. So let me get back to the live chat. It said, can you speak on Jay-Z pushing the credit scores in conjunction with streaming services? I mean, really that's gonna be the social credit score. Hey, I'm gonna try something here. I think I have somebody that can talk to from the Zoom link. Let me try that out. Like I said, this is really just to connect with y'all and do a dry run with the Zoom. I figured out some of the kinks I'm hearing, like the crackling sound. So I got to look into that. Let's see. We have David Fox enter the waiting room. Let me admit him. Let me grab my headphones right quick. Where did I put those? Oh, I think I might have found the source of the problem too. I think I had sounds playing from the YouTube back into it. I think that was the latency sound. So let's try this out. Let's see.
In the morning.
How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Love your show, man. Love your show.
Hey, can y'all let me see if they can hear you on the other side. Can y'all hear him talking? Y'all let me know. Press one if y'all can hear. I think I figured out on Lindsay H. That I think the crackling was due to I had sound feeding back into the stream. Can y'all hear him? I'm trying to see if they can hear you, sir. 1 second.
Yeah. No worries. Take time.
Okay, they say okay, they can hear you. All right, go ahead. What's up?
Oh, not a whole lot, man. I was just gonna say, man, love the show. I really like when you go on Hotel Jesus, man. Y'all just both really awesome producers, content creators, and I love the stuff y'all go over. And I mean, I got to be honest, sort of kind of gets me all jitty knowing that you're from North Carolina representing, right?
Oh, yeah, gotta represent. You know what I'm saying? The first in flight state, regardless of what Ohio say. But yeah,
Right.
I'm glad. Yeah, they trying to steal our glory, but yeah, I love chopping it up with Hotel, and hopefully we can have him come over here and we can run him down some clips. Like I said, invite him to the platform. I love talking to Hotel. Very, very, very bright individual and visionary. I see what he's trying to do there. So let's see. You got anything else you want to talk about? Any shows? Any clips, shows, topics you want to talk about?
No, not really. I saw the Zoom link. I was like, all right, well, let me see if I can get up with Mo. Tell him keep on doing what you're doing, man. We loving the content, and yeah, keep it up.
Well,
man.
you are the first. I'll say that.
Phone finger number one. That's right.
Call in. Yeah, because this is my first time using Zoom. People have asked me, do you get a phone service before?
Right.
I just didn't have the bandwidth.
Were you going to enable super chats? Because like the first thing, I didn't even know you did live, right? You know, so I actually just got finished watching Hookup, and I saw you were like doing a live late night. And first thing I was like, okay, let me send Mo some money on a super chat, and I noticed that wasn't enabled. You got any plans to do that?
Yeah, I don't have all that set up. Like, actually, I want to let everybody know I don't take any money from YouTube, period. This is all value for value. And I was, even before, me and Adam, like, started doing the show together, I was on value for value. As far as, I don't take any money from YouTube. If you want to send something to the show, it's MoeFundMe, MoeFund.com, ME.com, excuse me. Or you can just go to Moe Factz. You can find it there. We have the YouTube and you have the PayPal and we have the Cash App. So yeah, you can support there. I don't have all. I mean, like I said, I wanted to be free to say what I wanted to say.
Right.
So I didn't want to get in bed with YouTube.
Nah.
So I mean,
I understand that. I don't know how direct their super chats are. Right. I mean, I don't know if they get a cut or whatever.
Oh yeah, they take their. Oh yeah, they definitely take their cut off of it too. So it's bad. I know it might be a little bit of trouble, but yeah, just go straight to the Cash App or the PayPal.
Oh, Cash App. Yeah.
I'm also looking into some other I'm also looking at some other payments. Matter of fact, let me go there. I'll show that right quick on the screen just so you can find it. I'm glad you brought it up. Like I said, I need to get better on the, the business side of it. But if you come to mofactz.com/donate, you can see the PayPal and the Cash App here. So yeah, just you know what I'm saying. And they're both Moe Factz on the it's the $ Moe Factz or either Moe Factz at gmail.com for the PayPal. So yeah, I appreciate all y'all value. It helps uh, fuel us and keep us going. And oh, somebody said, "Dang, super chat takes 30%." Good.
Oh
They are
wow.
taxing.
Oh no,
They are taxing
yeah.
big time. Yeah. So I'm gonna move on. I appreciate you calling in and
Yes,
being
sir.
my first caller. I really do. I hope
Yes,
to hear
sir.
from you again. And thank you. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right. So anybody else want to talk? I mean, like I said, I'm just here really just to chop it up with the people. Everybody know I used to do these live chats, and either that's how like kind of how like the show got started because I would do these deep dives into, like I said, I did the Jay-Z and the gentrification. I did the Meghan Markle. Then that kind of just ballooned and bloomed into the Moe Factz with Adam Curry. I kind of brought that format over to the podcast, but now I want to get back to doing more of this because I can actually talk to the people, and I mean, and I really I like that. I like being able to. And if it's people that disagree or something you heard on the show you disagree with, I'm all for it. So I got one more person here, Daniel N. Oh, he dropped out. I was just about to let him in. Oh, I got Zeke Shockley. Let's let him in. Let's see. How you doing,
What's
Zeke?
going on with you, Mo?
I'm doing good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I just called in. Really, I'm just listening. Um, I've been listening for a couple months now. I picked up on you like I want to say like a year ago, maybe on the Star Report, and
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, man, you've been doing your thing. I've been tuning in. Everything that you say resonate. 95% of what y'all say, I agree with. So just keep doing your Dougie, man.
Man, I appreciate that, and I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people don't know my origin story. I have no background in broadcasting anything. Star gave me a shot on his platform, and I took advantage of the shot he gave me. And I'm frequently go back there. It's like you said, you heard me on there. I go back there, as frequently as possible. And I always would give Star the credit of launching me. And like he says, take what you're saying, the opportunity I gave you and run with it. And I feel like that's the only justice I can give him is by taking that opportunity to run with it. And it's amazing how one person's decision can change another person's life. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Star. And I always would give Star the credit. I'm a big believer in giving a person their flowers while they're living. You know what I'm saying? You don't wait till they, gone to try to give people their praise and their glory. So yeah, anything else you want to talk about, Zeke?
Nah, but quick shout out to Star, yeah, and actually last episode, man, just want to say congratulations to y'all. Last episode was crazy. I had to send it to my boy right away because I've been trying to tell people for the longest time. I've been trying the truth is gonna be censored by law, and nobody really believed me. And
And
based on some of what you
I'm
were
glad
saying,
you brought that up.
go ahead.
Because it's crazy. The crazy thing about timing is we'll do a show, and then like right after that, a few days after that, something will come out. Like I don't know, you can see if you can see it or not, but I'm showing this picture of Kamala Harris, and they have her on the checkerboard floor between two pillars, and I posted it on my Instagram, and the caption I use, I think I said, "Justice marches on."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wow, I'm like, I didn't go out and fish it. This was on her official Twitter page.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Twitter post. And it's her between two pillars. And for people that know, you know what I'm saying, that's the Masonic symbolism. But yeah, it's just like, they put this stuff right out in front of us to see, and it's like as soon as we do a show,
Yeah, and
maybe
then
a
we
week
don't
later
pick up on-
something. Right, and that's why I
Nah,
say I got
exactly.
some
When
big
you
things coming. Go ahead.
my fault. I was gonna say
I
when
didn't
you
mean to cut
broke
you out.
down,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, it's all good. I think it's a little lag. When you had broke down what justice meant, it blew my mind. I'm like, what? And then you had told that story, of the garden, and I'm like, bro, like you ended it on a note where I was like, damn, bro. It was like like when somebody told you for the first time that Santa wasn't real and the tooth, you know what I mean? I'm like, bruh. So, congrats to what you
Yeah, because
did.
they like to use double entendres and double meanings and nasty things where they can say it. It's like, when you have an inside joke with a person and you could say one thing, but it means something perverted or perverse in the way you saying it to that person, but you can say it in a room full of people and they don't know what's going on. They think y'all just having a regular conversation. This is how these people thrive is by doing that. They like to use signs and symbols. Like when they say no justice, no peace,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they mean. They don't mean equal rights and law. No, they're trying to bring back, Lady Justice, aka, the mother goddess. So I'm glad you picked up on that. I got somebody else waiting. Z, anything else you want to say before you get up out of here?
Yeah. Can I give myself a shout out, bro? I don't want too much.
Bruh, we do shots. We do shout outs over here. You can give whoever a shout out.
Okay. Right on. Man, shout out to y'all, shout out to myself. Follow me on Instagram, Exactly_FC, just like on here. Check out my music, check out what I do. I'm not on Mo level, but I'm trying to get there, man. I appreciate you doing this. Hella inspiring. We're here, man.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right
Cash App.
here. And I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say this right here. When I used to get on first call on the Star Show, I'd be shaking with the phone because, like I said, I never did public speaking. I never did anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you go back and listen to some of my first calls, you probably can hear it in my voice. But him giving me an opportunity, I want to give other people that kind of opportunity to, to be heard and boost whatever I can help boost, because that's how we, each one, help each other. That's how we build a community, so I appreciate it, Zeke. Let me get to some more people. I got Fernando and yeah.
Hey, right on. God bless you, man. And we need strong Black families. Peace.
Oh yeah, that's the building blocks. That's the building blocks right there. All right, have a good one.
Peace.
All right. I'm gonna go to. I don't know who was first. I'm gonna go to Fernando. All right. How you doing, Fernando? I think you muted. Let me get you unmuted there. But yeah, they put this stuff right out in front of us, and it's crazy. And I think I showed the other picture. I'll show it here. And it's the tower. I think it's Joachim and Boaz. My memory fails me at this point. I know one of them is Boaz, but you can see this is the Masonic symbolism here. The two columns, the checkerboard floor, and bam, when you go there, same thing, two columns. And this, like I said, this was posted out for public consumption. I didn't dig this up, and then you still have the two columns right here as well. And like I said, they know what time it is. Fernando, I think you still muted. I'm gonna go to Donald. All right, Donald, you in? Okay, this is Fernando. Okay, go ahead, Fernando.
Hey, no, I mean, hey, thanks for letting me into the room, Mo. We really love you. I think I'm one of the first knights of the Moe Factz, and I love your work.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. Like I said, the value. I'm glad, man. The letters and the people saying, man, you made it easier for me to talk to coworkers or family members or where. And it's amazing how two people from totally various backgrounds come together, once or twice, 3 times a month, weekly.
Yes.
And have a conversation. And that's the thing, like a lot of times I know people like, oh, we need a show every week. I never want to skimp y'all. I could easily throw 30 clips together, you know what I'm saying, and me and Adam, have a, you know what I'm saying, a decent conversation
Well,
about it, but I want to make sure
I gotta
it's
say,
engaging all the way from beginning to end.
the way you've been closing from the fishing pole, like you wait 3 hours, and then the last 15 minutes you close, in the last one when you're like, hey, the second most hated people next to, an African American man is the housewife. That was like, bam. I mean, 3 hours to hit that. That's so awesome. It's great.
And that is the truth, because I must tell you why. Feminists look at them as traitors. So you will look at it as like how race people look at other people as race traitors. They look at them as gender traitors, and they are ostracized. Man, it's ridiculous how bad we treat the women that raise our next generation. Is crazy. And like I said, it's everybody has a choice in this life. And if a woman chooses to stay home and dedicate her time and energy and resources and talents to raise the next generation, that is the most important job in this world. And I'm not capping here. I mean, I honestly believe that, and it's a direct correlation. I know some people have to have, two incomes to keep things afloat. But if you're ever in a position where if you can have less material things and still be afloat with one income, and look, I'm not saying the woman has to stay home. I'm not saying the man has to stay home. But having one parent there in the household makes a huge difference in the raising of the child. But I will say the woman is better equipped. I mean, they have the patience and the compassion and tender and loving and caring. Man, it's so much
And
they
yeah,
can, give into.
I don't know. I mean, I love Jordan B. Peterson, and he's finally back on his podcast and stuff. But he talked about how typically women care more about people and men care more about things. I mean, that's just the way it is. And then the women going into the workforce, that doubled the amount of people in the workforce, so that cut everybody's pay in half. So if half the people decided, hey, we're
Exactly.
good.
Exactly. The simple math. If you double the workforce, and what they did was they gradually did it where the wage rates slowly crept up, so you didn't notice it. But then now it takes that amount of money just to run a typical household, and that's what we need to get back to. And if you want to talk about worker rights, we should live in a world or a country where one median income should be able to run a household. Because if you're a value to society, you should be treated as valuable.
Amen.
Anything else you got, Fernando,
No,
for me?
that's it. Hey, thanks, Mo, for taking my call. Thank you. To keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate it. All right, man. Like I said, we're gonna be doing this more. Zoom has made this a lot easier. OBS used to be a pain in the neck.
Well, I did.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just real quick. Last thing. I mean, I'm with you. The first, I'm Mexican American, and the first time they talked about, hey, we need the colored people, the blacks and the browns to come first. I'm like, that's a red flag. That's the first time in my life I've ever heard that. All right. Oh, peace. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Fernando. We got Donald. Donald, if you want to unmute.
Yeah.
See if I can
get
him.
Hey,
all right, Donald, you unmuted. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm calling from Europe. It's almost 5:30 a.m. in the morning, and I just got the message on the phone and just happened to stumble into this now. And I wanted the last 2 weeks I watched 2 of the Netflix production that probably were kind of their Black History Month kind of contribution to the whole thing. This Ma Rainey Black Bottom movie.
Yes,
I watched.
Yes.
And the other one was the My 40-Year-Old Version. These were these 2 movies that I recently watched with the Moe Factz glasses on, kind of. But of course, I would not now, but in general, would be very interested in hearing your take on this, because I think both of them do some things, obviously, otherwise they wouldn't put them out there.
Well, and the thing is, a lot of the times I don't watch a lot of these films unless I just think it's going to be critical to shifting the narrative and the culture. Like Black Panther, say for instance, Queen and
Yeah.
Slim, those kind of movies. But a lot of these movies, like I said, they're just trying to be honest with you, they're using Black history as a guise to push other people's agendas. And like I don't think they ask us what we want as consumer. I mean, that's just in general. They don't ask the consumer what they want. They force feed us what they think we should have, and it doesn't reach us in the way it should. But for some people, they're so starved for things that look like them that they'll take anything. It's like a person that's starved for love or attention. Even negative attention or negative love, they'll take that, just because they feel like it's a void and needs to be filled. But I think if we start voting with our dollars, then we would change their mind and say, this is not what we want. So I hopefully answered your question, Donald. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, that's fine. I just wanted to I wrote this before in the chat, and then I saw there's a link to Zoom, so I just clicked on it. It's all fine. I really enjoy having spoken to you like this, and thanks a lot for yes.
Okay. And make sure you get some rest, man. I know it's
yes.
super early.
It's fine. I don't
or super late, depending on if you ain't been to bed yet or not. But
yes.
yeah, thank you. I hear somebody ask me about. All right, have a good one.
Yes,
I hear somebody asking me about self-made. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. Like I said, I don't. To be honest with you, by the time I work, and Khalil, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. By the time I work and put the energy into the show, and the kids and the wife and the dog and extended family, I don't have a lot of time. Most of the time, like I said, I'm consuming content, to find those clips that I put together to build the show. And I want to say something right quick. The balance that we have in the listenership of producers is amazing. We have women, men, young, old, across the whole quote unquote racial spectrum. Man, I want to hear from some of the ladies as well, because I like to hear your feedback. I can only speak from the perspective of a heterosexual male. So I would like to hear some feedback from you as well, and just to hear how the show impacts you. All right, I'm going to go to Khalil now. Let me let him in. All right. He's joining now. Let's see. Get him to unmute yourself. How you doing? Hello? I'm going to give him a minute to get unmuted there. Leo Ryan said, hello, here from the Star Show. What's up? Let's see. And if you have any questions, mark them in orange so I can get to them pretty fast. I'm scrolling up now. Kendra W. What'd she say? What do you think of transgender women in sports? I feel it's unfair. I feel it's unfair as well. But what we have to do is sometimes you got to give a person exactly what they want. And what I mean by that is, it's not good for them, but sometimes you got to let them experience something. And they see, wow, all the record books the women are just being blotted out of all the sports history books and record books. So it's like, for men to try to take on that argument, what we have to do is support women that want to take on that argument. And this is the thing about having allies within the group. The biggest and loudest voice we can have to fight for men's rights or family rights and anything of that nature is women speaking to other women. So that hopefully answer your question, Kendra W. Khalil, how you doing, sir? Or Khalid, excuse me. Hello? Yeah, you're unmuted. I can hear you. Okay.
Excellent. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. How you doing, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes. I think what you're trying to do is trying to hear me through YouTube. So I think you need to listen to me through Zoom because there's gonna be a lag there.
Okay.
How's everything tonight?
Everything is good. I just happened to catch you on live. I didn't really know what the discussion was about.
To
Just
be
want to let you
honest
know
with you,
that I love
it's
what
a
you do. I
discussion.
appreciate what you do. I actually did also find you via the Star Show, and you're just a little lag. Just much respect to you, Mo. I do follow you on Twitter. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. I'm gonna keep watching and listening. Everybody have a good evening.
I appreciate that, sir. And like I said, Star, that's my man. That's my man. 100 grand, man. He gave me my start, and like I said, I'm gonna always, you're saying, let people know that. I appreciate it. Let me get to AKW Beats. Let me meet him right quick. I appreciate it. All right, let me see if there's any more questions before I get to the next caller. Janae
I'm unmuted.
asked, okay, yeah, you're unmuted. How
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's good? What's good? Hey, this AKW Beats, man. What's good? What's good, Moe Factz? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I just wanted to say, like, man, you're doing a really good job with the podcast. And you know what I'm saying? It really definitely changed my views on a whole bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? I was already
Can you give me one?
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
I said, can you give me one?
One what podcast in particular?
Just what? No, I'm saying one view that you're saying that we may have like had an impact on. I'm just curious. I just want to know, like,
propaganda in general and the media and how it work, bro. Like the media is control, man. It's crazy. They do not. Yeah, my wife is Kendra W. By the way, she's saying hi and everything like that. But yeah, man, go sit down somewhere, man. Let me get my shine. Anyway, check it. Nah, but really, the propaganda with the media, like they refuse to deal in facts. They just refuse to. And when I really, just like the caller said from Europe earlier, put on my Moe Factz glasses and look at it, it's like, yo, we've been being lied to for decades, man. And it's
forever.
Listen, and it's
forever.
like when I go around my family, I don't even want to talk about it. Period. Like I gotta let's not talk about that stuff. Period.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that that's an excellent point you brought up there.
Yes.
When you start seeing certain things, you feel ostracized or scared. To express how you feel, and people don't really get that, and I'm glad you brought that up. And I didn't leave. When you all call in, I want you to speak freely, so people don't think I'm leading you or whatever. But you brought an excellent point up where you feel like either you have to be quiet and not stay true to yourself, or if you try to enlighten people, you'll get ostracized and people are like, what's wrong with you? What you been watching?
You're the Trump supporter. Oh, that's the Trump supporter. And it's like, I don't even mess with Trump at all, but it's just I'm not going to say at all. Let me take that back. That's a little too strong. He all right, but he's not my favorite. But what I'm saying is like, you get attacked like that. It's like, damn, I'm just trying to enlighten y'all. Like we black people, we in America, bro. Like, not really to change the subject. I just like to see black people really educate themselves, so-called black people. Let me say that, because that's another thing that changed too.
Right. But that plays a big part in it, though.
It does.
If somebody else could pick your label, then you had to live up to the label. And that's why we really had to be careful about the labels, and as the last caller was talking about, the images in the movies that they show us.
Man.
they're trying to shape our minds to be the bottom and stay the bottom.
Listen,
so they're like, okay, this propaganda will keep them at the bottom.
It's deep, y'all. Listen, it's deep. You have no idea how deep it goes. It's so deep. I can't even enjoy television anymore. It's just certain shows I can watch, but then after those shows, I can't watch no other shows, bro. Because ask my wife. It's certain shows that I watch just destroy. After I started listening to you, it just destroyed the show. I don't even watch it anymore. It's like, man, this show is not even funny anymore.
It's not funny, and then you realize that. I can only speak from saying a so-called black man's perspective, and I assume you have the same perspective, that you can realize that they're mocking you.
Openly, blatantly, bro. Openly and blatantly, and they do not care, and people support that stuff, man. It's crazy.
Well, we supported it. I mean,
true. I'm guilty.
I'm included.
I'm guilty.
Because you're so starved, and that's why I was talking about the Black Panther on the last show.
Man.
We're so starved with 2 shows ago.
Yeah.
We're so starved for images.
Yeah.
And images to show our kids that we feed them poison. It's like, it's like when it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night and you haven't fed your kids yet, you're on a road trip. It's like they gotta eat, so let me pull over to McDonald's, and McDonald's is bad for them.
Listen,
but it's like, well, we gotta eat something.
Kids with a capital K, y'all. Listen, pay attention. They train like we trained. I got one TV in my house. That's it, in the living room, and it barely come on because I don't want to. I got 2 kids. I got a 8-year-old and I got a 8-month-old. They do not watch TV. My son do not watch TV. He don't know what's hot. He don't know what the toys is. He have no idea unless he go to school and see the other kids with it, because I do not let him watch TV.
Can I ask you one question? How old are you? I just want to get the demographic.
Oh, no problem. I'm 34. Producer. That's a crazy
about
thing.
The same age.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm 40, you 34, so we about the same age.
Yeah.
So what I want to ask was, as a kid, and people don't realize this, for a long time, you don't live up to the expectation of being black until you hit about the 5th or 6th grade. And then it's like, oh, you have to be the black friend or the black person, or take on, the mind control of a black, of a so-called black person.
Especially being a smart kid.
You notice your kid. Yep. You'll notice the kid's music taste a change. I noticed this when I have a daughter that's 17 now. It was first like kids bops and, and the Disney, like pop star kind of music, but at a certain age it's like, now I have to be black.
Yeah,
and
it's crazy.
Have to listen to black music. It's real mind control. People don't understand that it's real mind control. I want to ask. If it's all right with you, did your wife want to say anything, or?
She do, but she got to
get in trouble.
She got to call in. She got to call in on her own Zoom app. Yeah, that's how we do it around here. That's how we do it around here. Love you, baby. That's how we do it around here. But yeah,
and that's why. But that's what people have to do. You have to pay attention. And I know I use that as a catchphrase, but you have to pay attention to everything, because you're being pulled and pushed and prodded and at all times, especially our group of people.
Nudged.
Yeah, you're being nudged all the time, and it's like, y'all don't understand how stressful that is.
He answered my question.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There she goes. She good.
Okay, about the transgender sports.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, we're constantly being pushed and prodded and poked, and it's constant manipulation, and people don't realize how stressful that is, but it is actually unhealthy.
It's crazy.
It's unhealthy.
It's crazy. And even how people.
I'm gonna ask you one question. Hold on. I see you got. Hold on. You got AKW beats. You got any new slaps? You made any new slaps?
Listen, man.
I'm a producer too.
I know this.
That's what I do with my spare time.
I know this. Y'all could click. I'm gonna leave a comment in the regular video comment, so you can just click my profile link. All my beats are there. AKWbeats.com. You could go to BeatStars/AKWbeats. I'm there. I'm everywhere. Instagram. My beats are everywhere. I've been around. I've been here. I'm not gonna say I'm the best, but I'm an excellent producer. I'm just here to tell you, people, prepare yourself. And I'm not like, I ain't scared. I do this. But anyway, yeah, AKW Beats. Just go to my YouTube, check me out. We on
like
there.
I said, hey, promote your stuff, man. Like, I mean, if I can provide a platform for anybody, I'm gonna do that. So
Listen,
promote your stuff,
and I appreciate it, definitely.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. AKW Beats, Instagram, Twitter. I'm everywhere. Hit my inbox. I'm gonna answer. I'm available 24/7. Trust me.
And take care of them babies, man. Y'all take care, man. That's beautiful, man. I like to see that. You're saying black family. I like to see all families. I'm pro family all day.
Black families, definitely.
We behind right now, so we need to have extra attention on that. I appreciate that. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Thank you. AKW Beats.
All right. Y'all heard that. Y'all want some slaps? Go check my man out. Hey, anybody else want to call in me? Scroll up. Like I said, for me to see your questions, please just put @Moe Factz. It helps me. It helps me get through it easier. Okay, I got Janae Irving. She says, I'm a 27-year-old white female, and I've gotten so much value from your show. I have noticed you can learn a lot if you just sit back and observe. The truth will reveal it. That's true. All you have to do is pay attention. I mean, and when I say pay attention, you can't, a lot of times there's so much propaganda and so many narratives going on. Just take one narrative and process it from beginning to end. And you can spot their tricks and their nudges and their manipulation tactics. And it's like, okay, if you can figure out the formula to it, then you can apply it to other things. But what they have us doing, like dogs watching traffic, right? It's just like you chase one car this way and then you chase another car back the other way. And you're just in this 24/7, 24-hour loop that they have you caught in, and it just makes you more depressed. So that's what I'm trying to combat here. Got any other callers? Let me post the link one more time, just so if anybody else wants to call in. All right, so I posted the link in the chat again if anybody else wants to call in. But yeah, let's get back to the social media. I mean, like I said, I keep track on social media. I try to stay away, but at the same time, I have to watch. Oh, this was a classic right here, and they actually deleted this one. This was from the UN. Andrea Jackson. She said B. Yeah. So we have this one from the UN Women. And this artist here, I'm trying to figure out who drew this, because I think they have a style, and they did the YouTube Black History art as well, because I noticed the style. But if you notice here, you have let's start from right to left. You have a biracial couple here, and like I said, look, you love who you love. It is what it is. But my problem is when corporations are pushing something, you have a president pushing that the solution is basically breeding out a group of people. That's their solution. But you have that. You have the interracial couple here. You have another interracial couple of two older gentlemen. And I don't know, is this guy supposed to be like a Indian guy? I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, what they got going on here. And, I mean, they have these, like, the browns. That's what I mean. The light brown people. It's kind of hard to distinguish. Then you have these two women together, and one, is in traditional garb, and the other one is in, like, pink hair, kind of feminist garb. And then when you get all the way over to the far left, a black woman loving herself. This is the future. This is the future they pushing on y'all. Come on. I mean, it's depressing. All right, so we got Romina Palmer. She said, I'm a 34-year-old woman and just wanted to let you know my husband had no interest in podcast listening with me until he heard you. And you know what? I'm glad I can, or we can put together content that's engaging. And I know sometimes 3 hours can be a long time, but it takes that long to have a full and fruitful discussion. Hopefully you can, if you can't listen in one listen, you listen to half, and then it pulls you back in to listen and finish it. And that's why a lot of times people lead off with the top story and then it kind of dwindles off. You know what I'm saying, drifts off. But yeah, I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying. And you know what? What's really cool? Romina and her husband, they can listen to it. AKW Beats and his wife, they can listen to it. It's very little entertainment today that a husband and wife can sit down and can enjoy together. And I'm just happy I can be one of those people that provide that, because everything's so polarized now, even on the gender beef. You can't have a, husband and wife sit down with something without it engaging them in some kind of confrontation or argument, because somebody's going to be triggered. Oh, Natasha, yeah, it's on my YouTube. I mean, excuse me, not my YouTube, my Twitter. So yeah, just go ahead and grab it there. You know what I'm saying? You can save it. You don't have to screenshot it. Don't have any more callers, so any questions? Where we at? We're about an hour in. I don't want to hold y'all up too late, but it's Friday, so we can go to work tomorrow 1 hour open. You know what I'm saying? And kind of make it through the day. Steve Walsh said, "This is dope. Thanks for doing this, Mo. I gotta go get some work done tonight. Otherwise, I'll be listening to the whole thing. Please do this again." And Steve, I plan to do this again. Like I said, Zoom, amazing. What they've done will make it so easy for us to connect with each other. And people poo-poo Zoom, but it's done a lot of good in this time where they've locked us in. That at least we had these tools and we can utilize these tools to stay connected with each other. So I mean, and I would suggest using these tools to stay connected with your family as well. Make that time to have my family. We started having group Zooms together. Like on Sundays now, we all get together, and stay connected. So you said Zoom calls only. Let me see. I think we have a phone number. Let me see if I can get a phone number from Zoom. Like I said, this is new to me, so bear with me. Let me see if I can find the phone number and see if you can call in. Where's the number? Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get the phone number to work where people can call in from their phone. Y'all bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to get it where I can get it where people can call in. All right, there's the phone numbers and the passcodes just in case you want to call in through your phone on Zoom. Let's see. Do we have any more questions? Let me see. Got any more callers? No callers. Okay. Ugly Muppet Grows on Instagram sent you a question. Let me see. Let me go to my Instagram right quick. Did you send it via DM? Okay. I see your question. Oh, you got a long one. It said, "Hey Mo, my wife and I started watching Self Made on Netflix the other day. My wife started to continually stop the program to voice her displeasure of the complete made-up storyline within the first episode. She was wondering why they chose to whitewash the show and only focus on the feud between Octavia Spencer and Madam C.J. Walker." Okay, this is Madam C.J. Walker story. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. All right, it says, okay, let me start there. Well, it's always got to be conflict. Basically, they made it like, I mean, the Real Housewives kind of vibe where you had to have some kind of beef between two women, and then continue on to say, and that she was sure that Miss Spencer was as dark as Madam Walker. I said that I was under the impression that they wanted to focus animosity towards completely made up fighting within the black. That's what I was pointing to about the Real Housewife effect. Black community and divert the focus away from the obvious. She was floored. She got so mad that Netflix would try to taint history. YouTube, excuse me, Netflix is rewriting history. They are rewriting history. He said, I just shrugged my shoulders and said that this happens all the time. Colorism, promotion as distracted from overt racism. I was wondering if you had watched the series and would love to hear your thoughts. I haven't seen that. I'm familiar with the Madam C.J. Walker story, but I haven't seen this show. But I know they had some. Of course, they have it go down the checklist. It has to have the LGBT narrative. They had to have, the woman versus the man narrative. And then I'm sure they had some kind of non-black savior figure that came in and solved all the problems of the black people. So I mean, this is a narrative they go through. So hopefully, ugly Muppet grows. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you got the sticky icky. You got the sticky icky on your channel. But yeah, but you know what? I irk people because I'm the same way. When I see propaganda, I call it out, and people hate to watch shows like that with me. Yeah. So let me get some of these other questions. Okay, I saw yours, Stephanie B. I'm a 40-year-old woman, and my dad introduced me to your podcast. Keep up the great work. Wow, that's awesome. Got fathers and daughters listening to the pod. Man, that is so cool. Y'all don't understand how cool that is to me. Can you take overseas calls? I'm not sure. Not sure. Let me know if you need the Zoom link again. I'll drop it in the YouTube chat. H Designer Mo, are you going to make a guest appearance on any other podcast? Actually, I am. I am gonna start trying to reach out more. I'm gonna be on hotel show as many times as they'll have me back. I have a couple of other podcasts. I did Grab America before. Let's see. Yeah, but I hope to do many other shows. Whoever y'all go ask them to have me on. If you send me an invite, man, I'll talk to anybody, even if I don't agree with them. I'll talk to them, cause that's what we got to have is good dialogue. Andre Jackson, I'm gonna get to you 1 second. Whoever just called in, hang on 1 second. I gotta finish up these questions. Andre Jackson, 3 hours is well spent. Well spent understanding what is really going on. I sent at least 10 people a day. 10 people a day. Wow. Thanks, Andrea. To check out the Moe Factz because you guys give very good perspective of things going on now. I appreciate that, and that's value. When you send people our way, that's value as well. As Adam say, time, talent, and treasure. That's what we need. Appreciate it. Let me get to this next caller. Okay. How you doing? I don't want to gender you, so and I can't say for your name. I don't want to. Let's see. We're gonna give him a second to unmute. Let's see what we're seeing. Sophisticated ignorance that I like when you go into the conspiracy theories. Would you make a show on how fake the movie Hidden Figures was and how that provided the moon landing was fake? I mean, how that proved the moon landing was fake? Yeah. You know what? That was I do this often. Once I do the show and do the clips. Speaking of math, that would have been a great addition to that show. So maybe I might double back and introduce that since that's a math-based movie. Is that movie racist now? What do y'all think? Is that movie, is Hidden Figures racist now since math is racist? Y'all let me know. Um, Chemo Savvy at Moe Factz, would you do an appearance on with Brother Sam? I mean, I would do an appearance with, well, not appearance, but I would do a conversation with anybody. Let's see. The other calling it same thing. I'm gonna invite Sandeep in. Sandeep, how you doing? You're joining now. All right, you in now. All right, but yeah, I'll do a show with anybody. How you doing, Sandeep?
Oh, hello, Mo. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself? I think you got to listen to me through the Zoom, or it's going to be a lag.
I'll go back to YouTube then. It's okay.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. I mean, I can hear you. It's just I think we have to talk through the Zoom because if you try
Oh,
to listen
okay.
to YouTube, it's going to be a slight lag.
All right. This is nice. Thank you. I have a
You want to say
question. Is it?
anything? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I have a.
Yeah.
Netflix just popped up that uh, Will Smith's 14th Amendment documentary.
Okay.
Is it worth watching it or just stick to the podcast?
I mean, everything. I mean, I'll say this: everything is worth watching because you can only sharpen your skills of picking up on narratives and propaganda. I would just say I think people have been saying they wear their Moe Factz glasses. So I would just say look at it through that lens of trying to spot what is narrative and what is real. And like sometimes you even go back and like or read the story before you watch it or after you watch it to compare and contrast. So I would never tell anybody not to watch anything because you can learn. Somebody told me a long time ago that you can learn anything. You can learn something from anybody or
True.
anything, right? So yeah, so just watch it and just say, wow, that just confirms, more narrative, if nothing else.
Yeah, because when I listen to your podcast, the way it's being used right now in immigration, uh, people who are immigrating right now,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't make sense that what it was written for, those people are not being helped.
No, yeah,
That's
it's just one big. That's the point. It's like,
yeah,
isn't this
true.
tragic? Now send me money. And like it's not to help the people.
Yeah,
It's to use the people to collect funds. You never want to solve
true.
the problem,
The real issue. Yeah, because
right?
by listening to your podcast, we have a lot of issues. I'm calling from India actually right now, and we have a lot of
Which
minority issues that get raised here. And by listening to you, the way you explain those things, then I read those news in newspapers or the articles online. It has really helped me understand the bottom of it. Like, why are these issues being raised over and over again for the last 100 years? Since the British were here, we have the same issues for the last 200 years.
And yeah, y'all have a caste system there. So I mean, you're familiar with the bottom, and this is why
Yeah,
I want to learn. Like in
true.
India, we were told, and I work with a lot of Indian people, and I think y'all culture is beautiful because your appreciation for just your self identification. I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing when anybody embraces their culture. But is there a bottom there, or is it still being maintained in modern times? Because from the narrative is it's been uh, done away with.
No. Don't follow that. It's still here. You know, uh,
Okay.
right now, like the government, it's the BJP.
Mhm.
It's called the Bharatiya Janata Party. It's controlled by the caste system. The narrative right now is
Mhm.
to divide and conquer.
So do
You
y'all have
got
a
gender
mullah?
based. Yes, big time, big time.
See,
You know,
Indian booze. Hey, I mean, people think this is exclusive to us. It's this. This
no,
is
no,
the
no, no, no.
power structure called white supremacy. It's a worldwide government. It is a
True,
worldwide government.
it is. And if you're working in an online community, like on internet, you got a lot of Indians who came from South.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have worked really, really hard. Like you always talk about hard-working people, but they're very
Right.
conservative when it comes to all this. Color
Mm-hmm.
is a big thing in our communities. Not in only in Hindu community, but it's every single community has this issue.
And I want
Same
people to
thing.
pay attention to that. It's the same tricks used all around the world. So either that's a
Yes,
one hell of a coincidence, or it's a strategic plan and a playbook that they roll out all across around the world. So in close, I got a couple people. You know what I'm saying, wait, Cindy, are you spreading the word over in India, or are we trying to get more Moe Factz listeners over
yes,
there?
I have. Yes, I have. I am. I'm telling my
I
daughter,
appreciate.
she's 16 years old. I tell
Uh
her
huh.
to listen to you because you need a lot of, like you said, you need to learn from a lot of different cultures just to
Mm-hmm.
become a better global human. I think that's more important.
Right. And that's the trick they gave us, right? They gave us multiculturalism, which I
Yes,
appreciate. That's when everybody is various cultures and we appreciate the cultures of each person. And now it's this hodgepodge of one culture. You know, they just mush and mash everything together. So, all right, Sandy, I appreciate
it's gonna
that.
be.
All right, you have a good night.
Take
All
care,
right,
bro.
and keep spreading the word over there. I think we lost the caller.
I'll
Oh man. All right, you have a good one. Let me get back up to the. Let me see. Okay. Noah Warren asks, "Am I getting on Clubhouse?" I would, but I don't have an iPhone. I've never owned anything from Apple in my life. Never ever. I don't plan to. I think the only Apple product I ever bought was my daughter and my wife an iPhone. But I'm an Android person, and until they do fix that situation, I don't think I will be on Clubhouse. H designer Adam went on the High Siders chats. You will be a great guest on that show. Hey, we can set it up. Whoever just call back in. I'm sorry about that. I was getting to you. Let's see. Bedtime for her. All right, and good night. Let's see. Andrea Jackson says it's a profit keeping people poor and ignorant. Is the easiest way to control. Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what it is. They want to keep us poor and dumb, and basically, it all comes down to one thing, and that's interest. They want to keep you paying interest, keep you in debt. That way, they can siphon off a certain percentage of your hard work. So yes, that's exactly right. Yeah, food court culture. That's a good one. Food court culture. That's right. All right, let's see where we at. 75 minutes in. We could do about maybe another 15. Maybe have another few more callers. Oh, brother, Mr. David, how you doing, sir? God bless you. Um, yeah, and like, look, I'm gonna have people coming over here. I have a few people I want to line up and have kind of like not interviewing because I don't like the word interview. I want to have conversations with them, other content creators. You know, we had brother Unplug him over here one time before. Back again. I've been speaking with Days and Noah. Maybe we can get him to come over. I didn't know he listened to the show, man. I listened to his stuff way a long time. Him and Unplug him forever, and it's like now actually talking to these guys. It's amazing. God's amazing. All right, let me see. I got a caller in. Let's see if we can get him unmuted this time. Uh, Oh, Greg Carwood, higher side chats. Yeah, we can set it up. Jesus Vargas. Yeah, that's my man from Twitter right there. How you doing, sir? he, he always have the scoop on Twitter. All right, Andre, I'm waiting on this caller to unmute. If you're on Zoom, you can unmute. We can start talking. Andrea Jackson. Let's see. Dr. Shiva, the inventor of the email, is the guy from India. He speaks on about racism in India. He was considered untouchable. Check out his channel. Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, it's a bottom in every culture. There's a bottom in every culture. Oh, you want to come, Brother Minister? Let me see. Let me get if I get Brother Minister David up here. I'm gonna post the link in the chat one more time. Man, this is so cool. Man, y'all just don't know. I got a big smile on my face. I'm loving talking to people. This is y'all people that's been here, my sub 100 subscribers, they know I love talking to people. I love getting their perspective. And with Zoom, it opens up where I can actually hear your voice and put a voice to the screen name. So yeah, I'm loving this, and y'all gonna hear more of me in the near future with this function, man. This is so cool. I just posted it in the chat again. I'm gonna pin it one more time. Let's see. If you go to the top, it should be pinned in the top. Oh, we got Natasha. Okay. All right, Natasha, you're up. All right. I think you got to set your mic up. I don't see your microphone, so set your sound up. Robert Kilpatrick said, "What I think of Shelby Steele." Okay. I've used some of his clips before. I think, and this is the thing where with some of the more conservative black, so-called black voices, is they'll be on a good track, but then they want to act like racism and white supremacy doesn't exist. And I think that's disingenuous. Hey Natasha, how you doing?
So
I think you gotta turn me down in the
okay,
background.
I'm gonna either look. We're gonna do two things. I can either let me do this. Let me.
Okay, she's coming back. Hopefully, I want to hear.
Okay, hold on. I'm right here for you. Okay, can you hear me better now? It's still crazy.
Turn the volume down. You don't get the echo.
Oh, on my computer? Okay, hold on.
Yes.
Does that sound better? Or should I just hang up my phone?
I'm not sure.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think you're good now. You're good.
You can hear me now. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I was like, great.
I can hear you the whole time.
We in the house?
Yeah, I can hear you the whole time.
You never know. Yeah. I'm not that. It's a couple of plugs that you gotta get in good, but you just not sure which ones it is sometimes, right?
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here. How you doing?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yes.
I'm blessed.
Every single breath, right?
Every single breath. People don't realize that it's a lot of people didn't wake up this morning.
Man, or just woke up on the wrong side of the whatever. It couldn't even be all the way on the wrong side. It'll be just a twitch away from something that, could get us a little bit more, I don't know, feeling a little more peaceful and graceful,
And some people would have want to wake up in a bed. We complain about the wrong side of the bed. Some people just
come on, man.
Wake up in the bed. So
come on.
We got to be grateful for what we have. So where are you from? Tell me something about yourself.
Oh my gosh. So I'm calling from Olympia, Washington. Okay. I'm from Monterey, California. And, I'm an Army brat. So I've kind of bounced around a little bit, but yeah. Mm-hmm. So look, the reason I called, and I'm glad that I love it. I love that I get to see this process because, you know, I found you from another channel, from Hotep Jesus channel also, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay.
I'm not on Twitter and all that anymore. I used to follow you on there too, but I want to say this. You know, I think a lot of us, we have to really look at how they are really trying to dehumanize us, or even if we're not humans, whatever we are, they're trying to devalue us in so many ways. And I liked what you said. Like, first of all, I really like I like that you brought up the artwork because, you know, every now and then I just like to look at things because I feel like when you really stop, even within ourselves, and go, hey, what's really happening? I mean, we could take it from a way outside perspective, but when we really just break things down and piece things apart, we really can understand things better. So I noticed another artwork thing that was going on. It wasn't as weird as this, but I noticed it. And I also think that's important in relation to now they're trying to put us all against each other. They're putting men against women, women against men. You can't live, you know, everybody has to be, and everybody, you know, it's wrong to feel. It's wrong to have values. It's wrong to have a change of heart. It's wrong to explain things. Everybody wants, I remember seeing, man, this is a long time ago. This is probably at least 10 years ago, where I seen a random, I used to watch a lot of stand-up, I still do, stand-up comedy. I seen an Ellen thing. She said, you know, we're so impatient right now. We don't even want to, this is back before she became whatever she is now. But, and this was just I just remember this because it rang so true for me. We are so lazy these days. We don't even want to chew gum or suck on a mint. We just pull out a Listerine strip and put it on our tongue and let it dissolve. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that one was kind of funny. The little, she had a few things. We don't want to flush the toilets. You know what I'm saying? We get up and this motherfucker's flushing before we get all this shit. Excuse my language, by the way.
We are creatures of comfort. And with that comfort comes at a price. And it's, okay, the price is, like you said, you don't want to chew gum. Okay, we're gonna give you a strip that has like 99 chemicals in it. You know.
Well, and not only that,
it's just that it's always a trade-off.
But I think it's this
with convenience and comfort.
And exactly, but look, when we get to the root of it, what is it? It's conditioning us to say, you know what? You know, it's conditioning us to be different than what we naturally should be, which is, you know, proactive and just, you know, and just do normal things. It's conditioning us to give up everything and say, you know what, we don't know, right?
Can I give you some perspective on that? What it is that when people give you comforts, they can hold it as leverage. When you don't comply, they can take it away from you.
Well, it's also science.
It's like when you're married to, but when you're married, say when you're married to a rich man, for instance, and he's no good, you get comfortable to all the pool and the indoor pool and the nice cars and all those things.
Right. And but let's get look real quick. Let's not to interrupt, but to interrupt. Let's get back to the root though. Where does that comfort come from? Because they know that the science of our minds and our subconscious is black and white and ones and zeros. So when it doesn't matter what level you're at, when you're comfortable with BS, okay, because what does our bodies do? What does our minds do? It wants to stay the same. That's a natural defense. So if you're fat, it wants to stay fat. If you're healthy, it wants to stay healthy. You know what I mean? Whatever habits we have going on, our bodies naturally want to keep it up. So they're playing on that. And they know that. So it's crazy, but I you know, they're putting, you know, I'm so glad that there are people who I can feel. It's like, yes.
No, I mean, you know, this is our safe community, right? That we can come here and tell some truth. And that's why I really want it to be where even if you can come here and in the comments you could talk to other people, like-minded people, you know, at least you can find with, you know what I'm saying, a like-minded, you can have a decent conversation. Even if you don't agree with everything, you can have a decent conversation. But
I think we're all here, we are around each other for a reason. And I like that we're all connected on values. You know, I feel most of the any channel that I deal with, we're connected on values because at the end of the day, it's a lot of things going on all over the place all the time. We are so oversaturated in our minds and otherwise. And it's like, you know, when I feel it, I feel it. So, you know, high five for that. And, you know, much respect. You know, you guys just all remember, you know, they're trying to dehumanize us. I didn't even get it. Like, I didn't even, like, I have just started learning so much in the last, like, not even a year. Like, probably 6 months. It's like, it's a blast of information and it all makes sense. So it's like, look.
And I think this COVID thing worked against them.
Yes, it did. You're right. Yes.
And be still. And when you're still and don't have anywhere to go, you start to analyze things more.
That same internet.
I got 2 more people to get to. I thank you for calling in. I hope to hear from you again. You have a good night, okay? All right.
Much love. Peace. Take care.
All right.
Hey,
you too.
Hey, Brother Moe, how you doing?
Brother David, how you doing, sir?
I'm
Minister
all right.
Brother David, excuse me. Let me get all your titles right.
No, that's all
how you
good.
Doing?
I'm good. You call me Brother David. I'm good. You know who gave me that name, Brother Minister David?
I know who gave the big unc.
Yeah.
big unc, yeah. Big unc. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know what I'm talking about Brother Unplug him. We call him Big Unc, and people don't. I just, like I said, another time to get. I don't want to get sidetracked. I got to do this though. That man stays up 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning praying for people. As long as you get your prayer request in, he prays for you. Right. And, you know, that is so big. And even if you're not religious, for somebody to take the time out of their time to
right.
If you want, you know, to just, you know, sitting there, you know, energy and time to help somebody else. That's so big and what's needed. But okay, back to you, Brother Dave. Like I said, we got to give people their flowers while they're living.
Right.
What's on your mind?
And the scripture tells us to know those who labor among you, you know, and for those that put that time in, you give them their honor and respect what's due to them, you know. And regardless if we agree or totally agree with people, but anytime someone give their life to you for an instant or a moment, you're supposed to give them some a level of respect and what's due to them. I did, and I was listening to the young lady Natasha, and about how she believed that what they're trying to do to us. I believe the only way things can happen to us if we're so sold out to a system when our foundation is not in one place. We could be easily swayed to eat from many tables, but our appetite have to be appetite have to be of contentment, you know. So if we're anxious for knowledge and things like that, we can easily be swayed to believe or be how would I say a lot of things can be dumped on us if we the foundation.
Well, as you know, I know, we're a slave to our own desires. And I tell people this, I really haven't had a chance. Like I said, sometimes me and Adam's conversation is so topic focused that we don't, you know what I'm saying, and we have a timeline that we got to get through all like 40 something clips, and you know what I'm saying, we gotta like try to keep it under 3.5 hours, that we don't get to expand, you know, into like more you know, philosophy of ideas. And you're a man of faith, you know what I'm saying, and I'm a man of faith, and what we really struggle with is our flesh. And what people say, oh, well, you know, that sounds very cliche, but what I mean is that our eyes are made of flesh, our ears are made of flesh, our tongue is made of flesh, our skin is made of flesh, and everything we do, or most things we do, is to please the flesh. things that taste good that you know you shouldn't be eating, that you know it's gonna kill you, give you high blood pressure, diabetes, all that things. But you know what? You want to please that flesh. Music that you know you shouldn't be listening to, or or conversations, gossips that you know you shouldn't be listening to, but you want to tickle that flesh called the eardrum, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's everything. Even when you think you're righteous, you have to go back and question your motives. And a lot of times people do the right thing for the wrong reasons. I mean, they want to be exalted. So it's a daily, that's why I said renew your mind daily, because you can get caught up and think you're doing the right thing, but when you really do look at your motives, and that's what you should look at,
right?
It's your motives are for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, you can. We have to learn. You have to be spiritual, and then solical, and then physical. But if you're solical and physical, then we can be swayed and moved by every wind of doctrine, because the soul of the man is his personality, and it controls the flesh. And we think that's being spiritual. Mm-hmm. But when God breathed the breath of life into man, he became a living soul. Then the body starts to mobilize. So we have to learn the differences of what we're feeding. So independence is actually our curse. 2 words, independence. Mm-hmm. We enter ourselves. We're our own gods. Anytime we separate ourselves
but that goes back to the last show. I don't know if you heard it or not, and we were talking about Adam and Lilith, his first wife.
Yeah.
And that was the real thing, is they wanted to worship themselves. It's like y'all living in paradise, and they still wanted more.
Right. So we have. I mean, it's nothing is owed to us in this knowledge based system that we in. We're seeking more knowledge than we are seeking more of God. So knowledge does not give you a relationship with God; it just gives you information of who He is. So we try to take information and try.
What's the beginning of knowledge, though? What's the beginning of knowledge?
Wisdom. Well, the beginning of fear. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of God, right?
Or the fear of how something bigger than yourself. I mean, even for people that are non-believers, because I always want to. We got to be careful that you have a conversation that
I got you.
excludes people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, when you have a larger conversation, you gotta realize: are you aware that it's something bigger than yourself?
Right.
You
absolutely.
Know what I'm saying? I mean, like, and that goes to even go to things in the flesh. My family is bigger than my pleasures.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you just want to keep it on the fleshly level, the needs of my family is bigger than the needs of myself. And it's like, am I pleasing myself, or am I doing the right things for my family?
Absolutely.
So that's the, like, when you start putting things bigger than yourself, then that humbles you. Which a lot of times we live in a narcissistic age. humble is not even a word anymore. Go ahead. You want to wrap up or have a final thought, sir?
So that's what I've been associating with lately. Is for many years I've tried to fix my outer man and become a better inner man, when the inner man needs to be fixed to fix the outer man. And we have to make that paradigm shift, that nothing is owed to us, and everything we must give it to those things you said as something bigger than us, and trust that. We have to have a solid foundation in something bigger than us, and be patiently and wait on those things that belong to us. Otherwise, our independence is going to continue to get us in trouble. And remember that all things are possible through those things that are bigger than us. And we just wait on those things. Whatever the scripture says, I knew you before you was in your mother's womb. That's our personality. And that's what we have to learn to get back to, our I, who we are. And then in that I, find out who that bigger thing it sees us to be. And we operate that way. And that and
but we
and
love
that
this
way,
spacesuit. You know that thing that we love this spacesuit. What I mean by that is human body that we walk around in. We love it. We love it more than. And like I said, in this day and age where narcissism is running rampant, and people are, like I said, in and like I said, keep it on a certain level. But we all see it. The love of people of themselves on social media and things of that nature. It's like self-worship, right? And then they want, and I want people to check out this show called American Gods. Very interesting show, and I hope to either bring it into either the podcast or either start breaking down. I got a lot of stuff planned. I'm gonna start doing some more prepared videos. I haven't done that before. Of putting together 30-minute videos breaking down certain thoughts and pieces of information on a deeper level. I want to have these conversations more, and I got a big surprise coming up in the near future. But like I said, but I appreciate you calling in, brother David. And like I said, I can always tell when you're in the comment section, you always come with a certain energy. And it's always, if you see people disagreeing, I always notice you chime in and try to calm the waters, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate it. One more thing. Remember the movie Idiocracy?
Go ahead.
Yes. Remember the movie Idiocracy?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just saying, based on what Natasha was talking about, that the movie Idiocracy came to my mind as far as the direction that it seemed like the world is going. This dumbness, the laziness, everything is given to us and at our disposal, and we're not really fighting anymore. We're just giving in to everything that feels good and make everything convenient for us. So I thought about the movie Idiocracy.
And they made everything that's bad for us so convenient. I mean, to the point, like you said, you don't even have to eat candy no more. I mean, like it's like a strip. You know what I'm saying? It just melts in your tongue. It's like you don't even have to do any work to get to it no more. But I appreciate you calling in, brother. I hope to hear from you again. You know what I'm saying? If you talk to Brother Unplug and tell him that we're doing these over here. So you know what I'm saying? If he wants to call in, he's more than welcome.
All right, much love to you and your family, brother.
Talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
Same to you. Be blessed, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. What we got? Any more questions in the chat? Where we at on time? We're right at 98 minutes. I'm gonna give a few more minutes for people to call in, a few more questions, and then we're gonna wrap up here. All right, we got Bryce. Let me see. Yeah, Bryce a chance to get his microphone situated. Sage, Steams, Moe, check out Roz Ben on YouTube. Watch his presentation called "Great Mystery of Philadelphia Reveals America's First Pandemic." It's a rabbit hole. Hold on, let me screenshot that. 1 second. I gotta get me a screenshot of that. All right, I got you, Sage. Sage Steams. I don't know why I would say streams. All right, so waiting on Bryce. Bryce, go ahead and unmute your mic, and let's go ahead and have a conversation.
Oh,
how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
I'll be honest. I just clicked the link. I thought I was gonna be just listening in another way, like I was on YouTube. Is this for
oh, no problem. I can mute you back. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I mean,
I don't mind talking. I just don't know what I got to say. I was just listening in. I was on my YouTube page, and I was like, "Hey, Moe Factz, I like that guy."
Anything on your mind? And like I said, we just having a free form conversation here tonight. So just really touching in with the producers, and whatever's on your mind. If you don't have, I don't want to press you. You're saying if you don't have anything to say.
I just jumped in. I don't have anything in particular. I appreciate what y'all do for education. It's been really informative to me, just the Moe Factz and all the stuff y'all do. I appreciate it.
Are you sharing it with your friends and family?
Yeah, I've shared it with a couple people already, and don't know if they've listened, but you do what you can.
Can I ask you this question?
Yeah.
Ask you this question. I'm just asking just little research.
Yeah.
Are you apprehensive about sharing information like ours? It doesn't particularly have to be our show, but shows like ours. And if so, why?
Am I apprehensive? I wouldn't say so. I mean, I consider myself pretty Here, hold on. I'm been speaking into my iPad mic. I'm gonna put on some. I wouldn't say decent headphones. They're the built-in Apple one. All right. Is that any different or about the same?
Oh no, that's better. That's a lot better.
All right. Good. Yeah. I was not
It wasn't
expecting
bad
to be
before,
on
but
mute.
that's even better.
Okay. Good.
Oh,
Good. Now I actually have something. No, I'm not.
I just had a question. Like, do you feel like you're gonna be ostracized if you share things that may be a counter narrative information? Do you feel that you're gonna be maybe looked at kind of funny or side-eyed or that kind of thing?
Not really. I'm generally not concerned about that because usually when I'm sharing something like that, I generally am not comfortable sharing unless I'm confident in that viewpoint too. And I know that whenever I'm sharing something, like I'm just sharing it because, and that's my current perspective, right? Like I always know that for most things, like my current perspective is probably flawed and is missing things. So I'm not scared to be side-eyed or anything like that because it's a conversation. I bring it up and we talk about it and go from there, right? And they generally the family and friends that I'm around, like they know that if I'm sharing something, I've thought it through at least somewhat, right? And they're not going to think I'm some crazy person for bringing something up. So,
right.
But that's just my circles,
I
right?
get a little feedback. Like, no, but the thing is, I mean, this is how we learn, right? I mean, I don't want to make assumptions, so I like to hear what people's feedback is before they share. Because I know I'm gonna say this is a real phenomenon. A lot of times people don't even like videos on YouTube because they're scared they're gonna show up in their like videos. It's like, what will people think if I like this video? You know, I mean, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people struggle to get their likes and views up because people appreciate your content, but they're scared that what other people might think if it shows up in their likes. It's like, oh, I agree with you, but I don't want to share it.
Yeah. I guess for some more background.
Like I said,
Sorry, I was just gonna say real quick. I think for me, maybe I'm less apprehensive about that too because I grew up Christian, and there's that whole the world's gonna hate you, and I know that there will be and there has been people that just they don't like it, and so I guess I'm just used to like it doesn't bother me as much. I guess like if someone doesn't approve of me and I haven't done it and I know I haven't done anything wrong, like it doesn't bother me as much. That's it.
I feel you. I appreciate it, Bryce. Like I said, thank you for sharing. I know you weren't prepared to share, but you did a great job.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you for providing some feedback. All right, you have a good night, okay?
All right, you too. All right.
All right. Caught him off guard. Okay, so Sage Steam says she from Shenandoah. Hey, you out in front row? Where you at? Jesus Vargas says I listen to a lot of podcasts where they mention Moe Factz and or inspired by him. You could tell they listen. Oh, appreciate it. Let's see. Couple more questions, then we'll wrap up here. I'm gonna post the link one more time to give a couple more people opportunity to call in. And like I said, we'll do this at a better time. I know I saw Hotep live, and I was like, I don't want to go live while he's live, out of courtesy. So I waited a little later. Now I had some technical difficulties as well, but we got it up and running. And like I said, this thing is smooth as silk now. Yeah, they are good calls, right? I mean, this is, and even if you disagree, I mean, I encourage people, or if you know people that disagree, if you send people the show and they're like, oh, that's a bunch of crap, have them call in. Have them call in, and we can talk about it. Because that's how you solidify ideas and validate ideas is by discussing them, and then you figure out who is really. Super chat. All right, so T-Funk, I'm not doing the super chat. I think that's the same thing as where you donate through YouTube. Somebody told me they take 30%. If you want to donate, you can go to Moe Fund Me. We are a value for value production. That's MoeFundme.com, or you can go to Moe Factz, the website here, Moe Factz /donate. Here's the PayPal, and here is the Cash App. Now, like I was saying before, I do not take any money from YouTube. We don't take any money from advertisers. We're funded by the people for the people. So if you want to support, just go to mofactz.com/donate or mofundme.com. That's MOEFUNDME.com. And that's how you support. We can't give YouTube, man, 30%. Good grief. They are taxing. They like your boy in Detroit. What's his name? They used to do the hood tax. Do a show. Jesus, 30%. That's amazing. Right, it is crazy, right, T-Funk? 30%. Wow. So, post the link one more time, and then we're going to wrap up. Let me see. Was there anything else on social media that I was talking about? And like I said, now, if you notice, I don't really make statements. I just highlight what I see. Oh, yeah. We got to talk about her. Mina Harris. This is Kamala's niece, and we'll wrap up on this one. Let's see. Let me see. Tehadora, I think it's NYC. Did you hear about the teacher that used yoga poses to teach her students about slavery? No, I did not. If you want to post that somewhere in the after this, I don't know if I'm gonna post this video or not. I probably will. Why not? If you want to post that in the comments, or or send me a link on any social media, yeah, I'll take a look into that. Slavery to teach yoga to teach slavery. Wow, it's amazing. All right, so Mina Harris. So she's getting called out. And she said Mina Harris has a personal brand. Some fear she's profiting off her Aunt Kamala's office. And I said the media is trying to silence and suppress Mina Harris because her optics do not fit the narrative of niece of the first black vice VP. Grifting is a rite of passage for this family. So if you have the first black, quote unquote, black VP and their niece looks like this, it leaves a lot of questions to be had. So what they're trying to do is damage control and tell Mina she needs to fall back because she's looking bad for optics. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff, like I said, is right out in front of our face. And if you look into this lady, Mina Harris, look here, I won't be intimidated. I won't be silenced. And if you go to her, let's see, take a look over at her social media. Let's see, Mina, and I'll get to Robert. I'm coming. Mina Harris. Let's go look at her profile. She, her, Black Lives Matter, proud Oakland native, mom, lawyer, #1 Times bestseller, author of Ambitious Girl. Right out the back, Black Lives Matter. Always grifted. All right, let's get to Robert. Let's see what he has to say. All right, Robert. You're in. Let's see. While he's getting his mic set up, let's go back to some of the comments here. So yeah, it's the grift. It's the grift. Speaking of grift, yeah. All right, Robert, you're in. I think you got to connect your microphone. She said they're all clownish bloodline. Yep, it's amazing. The boat pose and the plow pose. That sounds scary. That sounds like something I don't want to Google. Still wait for Robert. It's amazing right here. Let me see. While waiting on Robert, let's go down one more. Yeah, and like, look, I had left social media for a while, and to be honest with you, to get the show out there, to promote the show, you have to use this, but I'm not engaged. I don't engage with people on here anymore. I just say my 2 cents and keep it moving. All right, so still waiting on Robert here to get his mic situation straight. Divine Matrix, do you know of any good artists who rap about truth? Hard to find, seems hidden by yes, they are hidden. And I'm gonna tell you how hidden it is. One of the best albums I heard in a long time. It's a couple years old now, but it's a guy named Saba. Let me see if I can find his. Let me see. 1 second. This guy right here. If you want to hear some good rap music, hip hop. Where is it at? Where is it at? Thank you. Okay, I think we got Robert. He got his mic right now. All right.
Hi, Mo.
I'll continue to look for that. But yeah, how you doing, Robert? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Good to talk with you. Listen, I'm just trying to remember, like, it's a lot of, you give information about yourself little by little. I want to make sure I get this correctly, and I remember this correctly. But did you say in one episode that you were born in Spindale, North Carolina?
Yes, I was. Well, actually, in Rutherford County Hospital.
Cool. Okay, so
yeah.
So I got a point by asking you.
I'm from Spindale.
Right. By asking you that specifically. I'm not trying to get all in your business and just bring that back up, but where I was born is the Polk next to that county. So I'm about 30 minutes away from Spindale, where I'm from. And the reason why I'm saying
Polk County?
Polk County, yeah.
Oh no, my father taught at Polk Central and coached football there. Yeah.
You know, okay, so we're both from the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason being why I was saying that is because I was talking to because I'm from No Agenda. I listen to No Agenda. So there's another guy who I have spoke to him just recently on a Jitsi meetup. And we were talking about the show, and where you bring up his lineage quite a bit, your own personal lineage. And so I'm in agreement with some of the things when you talk like that. I'm very much so what you're saying, but I agree. But lineage also is what me and this other dude was talking about. Southern lineage is color of skin altogether. You know what I mean? And so
it has a lot of factors. It has geographical. It has
yes,
quote unquote racial connotation.
Yeah.
I mean, even intra-family. If you have a family from the north, there's tension between the northern or what they want to say. They used to use the word proper, your proper family and the southern family. So I mean, lineage has a lot of sub narratives in it. But
that's what he was. Both of us are white guys talking about this, and so he was basically, we were both kind of making the point, like he was like, as far as us relating to you, again, taking color of skin out and just talking about the lineage of being from the South, how we felt that commonality with you just through that, because basically just 2 generations back is poverty kind of living. That realm of a part of the lineage, living a life of how far back you come from somebody who was really, really struggling to survive, back in the, 40s, 50s, in 60s, 70s, you know what I'm saying? And then finally getting up to a certain level of more comfortable life. That's what interesting for myself, just even though I come from that kind of behind, I feel like I'm in this realm in my own personal life where I've gotten this taste, but at the same time of that kind of higher life of living, got that roots of that's from the Pollard, kind of being around that same. Anyway,
let me ask you this question, Robert. Let me ask you this question since you brought that up. Do you in the so-called black community, when you move away and you get a quote unquote good job or education, you come back, they call it bougie, or you know what I'm saying, and you get a
Yeah,
pushback like, don't forget your roots, don't forget where you come from,
I have,
don't get
I,
above your raising. That was
I,
one of the terms that was said. Don't
r- right. I have a
Is that an
fun.
experience that you experienced as well?
Yes, yeah, I do find that a very interesting aspect, especially in the so-called black community. We make a joke like that when we say that too, uh, and I find that interesting, um, that occurs, within the black community, basically kind of tearing other black people down just because they've got done better from their lives, somehow.
I guess my question is, in your family and in your lineage, do you have the same phenomenon where
Yes, yeah,
when you
of
try to
course.
achieve more, it's
Yes,
like a
yes,
shaming tactic, right?
yes,
Where
yes.
I think it's
Yeah,
where people don't want you to. I think the thing is that people don't want to lose you, so they feel like they have to pull you back to your place
this
because
is,
they feel like you're going to outgrow them.
yeah.
And this is
I
a
mean, it has a lot to
phenomenon,
do
like I
with
said, it's just when people
envy, and stuff
sin.
like that. Yeah. Another thing that I was gonna
Well,
that I had
I
popped in.
wouldn't even say envy. I wouldn't say envy though. Let's stay on that topic for a minute. I wouldn't say envy. I would say it's a fear of losing you. Of like a lot of times people, they don't realize they're maybe shaming or sabotage you in a way to keep you close to them. It's kind of like a mother with it's probably a bad analogy, but with like Munchausen syndrome. Like they feel their child's gonna grow up and leave them, so they have to keep them and render them sick all the time.
Oh God, yeah.
So they feel needed. I think it's a similar phenomenon there. But continue on, Robert.
This is an entirely different. I'm moving on to a different. These are certain things that popped into
Oh, that's
my
fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
thinking about what you discuss on the show with Adam. One of the things that, and I think you probably said this, maybe not so much word, but what I reckon through is what you had said about entertainment and the so-called black community be given their narrative of what their background is supposed to be, or the way they're supposed to behave. And I think that goes across the board with homosexuality, also with like even our every, like in American culture, basically that's being we're being programmed from the television what we're supposed to be behaving and acting like, which is reason being why I'm totally pretty much disengaged with watching television too much anymore, because
and you see this with we see this with rural culture as well, right?
Yeah.
When you look at like real what's it called, Real World on,
right.
I haven't watched MTV in so long,
Right.
But when they have somebody from a southern state,
Yes,
they had to fit a certain narrative, right, of them with a mullet and
southern accent,
loud and drunk.
Well, listen, when I was
it's like they keep everybody in their own boxes.
When I was growing up, like when I in this area, what I call is like a lot of people, they go from the north down to Florida and then back up to North Carolina, call them halfbacks. And so basically it's a lot, we're getting a lot of people who are from the north. And so let's get to the point where, like, if I meet someone here, like, I don't have as strong as southern accent as I did as a child, because over time I was basically kind of made sounded by northern people who lived around me in the area. So I've been basically kind of
Robert.
Yeah.
Did you say yonder?
Did I? I don't even know.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
I don't even know. Did I?
That's a
I'm just talking.
Inside North Carolina joke. You know, yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. Yes. Oh, I did. Yeah. Oh, did I? I thought you meant, did I just say yonder what I just said? I probably did say yonder.
No, I'm just saying, no, I'm just saying, using that word that goes back to, you know what I'm saying, just to our roots of saying yonder. And the funny thing is like, it's amazing how we can just distort language or shape it into our own, what we want it to be. You would ask me, was I from Spindale? And people refer to Rutherfordton as Relton. I don't know why.
Right, yes, Relton.
Just,
I don't say that.
Yeah. So yeah, this is
exactly.
It's good to like I said, it's good to talk to people that understand what's going on.
I didn't. Let me just get to my point. I'm sorry. I get to rambling. As far as the culture, what I liken it to is, as far as the so-called Black culture, Black community, is kind of in a sense of a way within some of the things you were talking about. I think it was that white preacher who was talking about how come it's okay for you to put on the airways killing black people killing black people, and I basically started thinking of this.
You talking about
white Mike,
yeah.
Right? So I started thinking it's the new in a weird way, a new age of gladiators. You know, like in Colosseum fighting each other. You know, that's kind of the new way of entertainment, is to see, you know, black brothers and sisters fighting each other, and then the upper class white people buying it. You know, it's really
no you're right. You're right. I mean, that's
it's really kind of messed
you're
up.
exactly right. It's twofold. It's twofold though. It's one is entertainment, but then two is it's a self maintaining system of control. It's like if we could teach them to hate each other, then there'll never be a threat to our power structure. So, you know, that was the same thing with the gladiators, right? They would collect people from all around the world that, you know, could that could stage a riot or revolt, as you saw in the movie Gladiator.
Right. That's why I had recently watched that movie too. So that's what made everything sort of popping in my head about it. Anyway, go ahead.
Right, but I'm just saying that it's a twofold thing. It's one is to, like I said, to teach self-hate and to build competition for your competition to where you know, to where they consume each other. But I appreciate you calling in, Robert. I got one more question, Robert, since you're from North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
What do you eat in your hot dog? What do you eat on your hot dog?
What do I eat on my hot dog? Okay. I like a lot of different things on my hot dog, but I'm
chili and slaw.
Yes. You know, like they got that Carolina Classic that comes out in Wendy's sometimes. And that kind of flavor, I like mustard.
Yes.
Mustard.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. That I thought maybe you was probably going that direction. Yeah.
We put slaw on everything in North Carolina for people that don't know. I mean, that's
and the barbecue.
Yep, and the barbecue too. And no tomato, but we do the vinegar based sauce, not the tomato based. But it's a pleasure talking to you, Robert. Talking to a fellow North Carolinian, especially a Western North Carolinian, because that's different as well.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're from the foothills, so.
I'm so glad I got a chance.
Hope to hear from you again.
Dude, that was fun. Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
Bye-bye.
Always fun talking to you too. All right, have a good one. All right, good night.
Bye-bye.
All right, I think I'm about to wrap this thing up. If there's no more questions or callers, let me see if I can get one more caller in, and we'll wrap up evenly at 1 o'clock. I'm gonna share this link one more time. Who's gonna be my last caller for the night? Let's see here. It was good talking to somebody from North Carolina. Like I said, I mean, culture is more than race. It's bigger than race. You have geographical culture. You have socio-economical culture, and then you have quote unquote lineage or racial culture. So I mean, it cuts more than one way. All right, so I got the link posted for one more time. Let's go back to the website. Like I said, mofactz.com. Donate. I got some music over here on the music tab. If you need to contact me, you want to send an email, you can come to contact. Donate, the homepage, and then you can find the archive here, and the latest 2 shows posted here. I I love engaging with you all, man. I had so much fun tonight. It was, like I said, when you sometimes when you experience something and you're trying to get something done and you keep running to roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, sometimes you want to get discouraged and like, I'll do it later. But then you find out, you know what? If that many things are getting in my way, something's trying to stop me for a reason. So it's like, you know what? No, I'm going to keep on pushing. So I'm glad I did. Has met some great people tonight. Put some voices to some names I've seen in the live chat. I mean, not in the live chat, in the comments. And on social media. So that was great as well. T-Funk said, I sent you a track a long time ago to your email. If you send it again, T-Funk, I can't associate your username on YouTube with your email. So if you could just send it again, so it'll be at the top, I'll check in it again. Anybody else? Yeah, it has been awesome, right, Joe? Natasha said jump in. Natasha gave us some interesting and thought-provoking feedback as well. I appreciate everybody that called in. Man, you just don't know. 2021 is going to be a big year. We're going to do, like I said, I'm going to be doing more features on other podcasts. I'm going to have other people coming over here so we can talk to them, get more perspective. Got some more things under wraps. Saquon Talk said, what part of North Carolina are you in? Well, I'm from born in Spindale, moved to Durham, lived in Durham for a majority of my life, and then in my adult life, I moved to Northern Virginia due to job reasons, and I've been here ever since. But North Carolina will always be home. Yes, that was Saba. Okay, I found the album. Awesome album. Care for Me. Man, really great. I would suggest listening to the whole album if you can, because it tells a complete story, and you know how I feel about stories. But yeah, great artist. And they have a whole little camp. It's him. It's Chance the Rapper's none of Chance. He's getting real political. There's another guy called Shmino. And of course, the best female rapper out right now, No Name. Even though her music leans towards some kind of feminist kind of rap, but skill-wise, man, she's one of the best, if not the best female MC out right now. Got to put respect on it. And it's a whole little enclave, and they got another producer named Felix that work with. Oh, yeah, RDU. Yep. Let's see, where we at? 3 more minutes. Any other calls? Think we're going about to wrap this thing up. All right, Andre Jackson, enjoyed you all tonight. Man, it was, I might have to start doing this once a week. I might have to do this once a week, because you just don't know. I've had a ball. Everything went smoothly. The phone calls went smoothly. Better than I could ever imagine. Thanks to the Zoom people for creating this cool product where we can get straight to it. I didn't have to go through OBS, which is just a nightmare in itself. Teodora says, every time I hear people of color, I hear you in my head say color. Yeah, exactly. Just say what they mean, color people. That's what they mean. Divine Matrix, awesome show, Mo. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, y'all made it awesome. Y'all participating, No Name is cool. Y'all participating, and oh man, I don't want to hang up, man. I just had so much fun tonight. We will be doing this. I figured you was in front row. You said Shannon. Yeah. Peace to front row. I work with several people from front row. T-Funk, yeah, I know the mic is a slightly bit crackly. I got to troubleshoot that. I don't know what's going on with Zoom. This is my first time using Zoom with YouTube. So there's something going on there. I'll get that fixed. Man, just had a ball tonight. Y'all make sure that You stay tuned for the new episode. Moe Factz with Adam Curry is coming soon. I got something real special for y'all lined up for that. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing more pre-recorded videos on YouTube in the near future. Well, I'll take one topic and I maybe break it down for 30, 45 minutes or whatnot. Just kind of going through. That allows me the visual image. Yes. Bicycle, yes, I will be doing this often because the ease and the smooth and lack of resistance is there. Appreciate it, T-Funk. You said the mic sounds good. Yeah, I just got to figure out what that crackling is. I'm going to troubleshoot it, and we're going to get that resolved. We're coming on at the 1 o'clock. I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all not going to be cussing me out at work tomorrow talking about Mo had me up all night. And as I always say, pay attention to everything and the truth will reveal itself. Good night.